Every week I get to give people presents, and it's a wonderful surprise for them, but also for me, because this single strategy makes me $500,000 in profit, and it's not an overcomplicated business model, working 80-hour weeks, or by being a sleazy salesman in some way. Instead, I use free AI tools, I help people with the problem, and I let the value that I provide do the selling. It feels amazing, my customers feel like it's their birthday every time, and of course, with zero upfront costs, the process is extremely profitable, and so I want to walk you through the entire strategy in this video. But first, if you're new here, I'm John, husband, father, and founder of both AdClients.com and adcon.co.uk, the UK's #1 marketing event for online entrepreneurs. And over the last 10 years, I've built multiple online service-based businesses that have generated over 35 million on the internet without hustling 24/7, sacrificing my personal life, or stopping doing the things that I love. And now, right here on the channel, I help other people do the same. So essentially, here's the model. If you're watching this video right now, chances are you have some kind of business or you want to launch one, and it's all based on your knowledge. You have industry expertise, you have a life experience, you have something you've gone through that you can pass back that information to help someone else on their journey, and you're trying to put yourself out there online. Well, where does the journey start? Well, we're going to have to produce in some way some content. A bit like I'm doing right now. I'm shooting videos for you, I'm providing value, and I'm getting my message out into the marketplace. And that's the same thing that you are doing. What happens when people are ready to take the next step? They want to learn more about you, they want to get some more value from you, or they want to come into your world where they can maybe hear about the products and services that you have and perhaps buy something. Well, we have to, at the right time, take them off of these content platforms, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or anything else, and bring them into our world. And this is where people freeze up and they get stuck. What sales funnel to use? What shall I do? How shall I do it? What shall I say? Well, I've had some great success with leading people to a page where they can opt in to get a free gift from me. And that free gift is oftentimes a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is simply a piece of content that you're giving in exchange for someone's name and email. I've got some examples here that I've printed off to show you. For example, this is the no pitch webinar blueprint. It teaches people the framework that they need to say and do the right things to have a webinar presentation that crushes it. Free resource, easy to digest. Someone can come from my content, can land on a page where they can opt in and get access to this. I've got another one, a 12-point conversion checklist, which helps people in sales to do the right things on the phone to close the deal. I've got the 60-second script, which is a framework for how to put a 60-second YouTube ad together that will showcase your business in the right way and get traffic to your websites and your sales funnels. I've even got longer blueprints and frameworks for how to grow and scale a business and shining a light on a 40,000-foot view of what you need to do. And by the way, I'll leave a link in the description box to all of those free gifts, because maybe it's time that you receive this gift from me. But people will then opt in for this, and the question that we have to answer is what happens next? Because again, this is another moment where people freeze up. They build a lead magnet, they create an opt-in page for it, and then they wonder, what on earth do we do on the next page to make sure that we actually maximize that opportunity? What most people do? Absolutely nothing. They lead them after opting in to say, thanks so much for the free gift, see you later. And this is a huge mistake, and one that's avoidable, and there's a far more profitable activity that we can do instead. But we're going to come back to this. There's actually two things that we can do, and they're two different options, and you can decide which one is right for you. I'm going to break them both down in just a moment. But first, let's talk about this piece a little bit more. How do we create a great graphic like this to showcase the free gift and entice someone to take us up on this free gift, to even have the opportunity to do the next step? Well, getting this designed and putting this together is not as hard as you might think. You no longer need to clock 50 hours learning Photoshop to try to figure this out yourself, or hire an expensive designer. There are some incredible tools online that you can use that will use AI to go ahead and create you an amazing lead magnet front cover in a matter of seconds. For example, check it out. We can use a tool called Ideogram that will create these images. And there are a couple of different ways that we can prompt this tool. We can either describe from the outset what it is that we're looking for and type in a description and then have it start from scratch. Or a way that we like to do it is take a lead magnet that you see somewhere else online that you like the look of, or perhaps another one that you've already got. We drag that into the tool, then we can ask it to describe what it's seeing, and that will create the prompt, and we can edit that prompt if we need to and slightly further customize it. We can choose the dimensions and the size of the image output that we're looking for. We can choose the color palette that we want for the designs. and we go ahead and click the button, and it's going to go ahead and produce you some incredible options. And if you don't like the ones you see, you hit it again, you get some more options. You might want to change the prompt a little bit, and within 5 minutes of playing around with this tool, you've got a lead magnet front cover ready to go. And of course, your next step is just then creating the content that you're going to deliver alongside the lead magnet, whether that's a checklist or some kind of tips, or maybe it's a short booklet. You put the content together, you've now got a front cover, you've got a lead magnet to go out there and start building your email list. So that's pretty cool, right? And now what happens when people start to take you up on your free gift and download your lead magnet? They're now in your world, they're on your email list, and we need to do something very, very important. We need to take them into what I call a conversion vehicle, a way in which we can provide more value and generate them as a client. You've got two options. The first option is that on the next page, they're taken to a page that's perhaps got a video of you, a call to action button, some more information perhaps down the page. And the whole goal of this is that they hit this button to book a phone conversation with you and see about becoming a client. I'll give you an example of what this page might look like in just a moment, but now the flow is they've watched you online, they want more from you, they opt in for the free gift. On the next page, you say, thanks so much for getting access to that. Would you like my help to implement this and many other things to help you solve? Insert the problem that you help people solve, and you give them a call to action to book a call with you. And of course, some of the people that you speak to are going to become a client. So let's check out an example of what this might look like. This is a page that I give where someone can see the gift that they're opting in for, and they can click this button and they can go ahead and opt in. This is it, simple page, not too long, not too much information, just what they're getting, and then they can opt in. Now on the next page, I take them here, where I say, hey, do you want quicker results and an influx of brand new high ticket clients? And I give them an opportunity to book a call with a member of my team. And on this page, I've got a 16-minute video that thanks them for opting in for the free gift, and of course makes it very clear what can now happen next. It's a very soft invitation. I'm giving them information about our brand and our reviews and some of the comments that our clients have said about us. And of course, many people then click the button and book a call with my team. And this is in part how we're making this 500,000 a year in profit using this model. Now there's a second option, and you need to decide which one will work best for your business. But what we can do is we can sandwich something else in the middle. We can create a bit of a bridge between them opting in, and if booking a call would feel a bit too premature, like it's coming up a bit too quick for your avatar, for your industry, for your business, then you can put something in the middle. And what I like is a webinar. I think it's absolutely fantastic. We've made so much money over the years with simple webinar presentations where someone opts in, we take them to an online presentation where they can learn more, provide more value, and then at the end of the webinar is when we give them the opportunity to book a call and of course become a client. So this acts as the bridge. And what I have found to work incredibly well, and I've been teaching this to my clients now for the past year or so, is we put these two things together, meaning that they register to get access to the free gift and an accompanying training at the same time. So they opt in on one single page, they get emailed the gift, and they go straight into the webinar because the two things came as a pair. I call this the Sidecar webinar because the lead magnet is the main thing and the webinar's coming with it attached like a sidecar. So let's look at an example of what this page might look like. So we've got this resource here. It's an incredible lead magnet. It's my 8-figure webinar framework. It's really big and it's also really awesome. And you can see on this page, we say sign up for the framework and the training. So we're inviting them to get access to this free gift, but we're also talking about a training class, a webinar, and we're also counting down to when that presentation is about to start. So when they click that button, give us their name and email and opt in, they go immediately into the webinar room where we can now further provide value, and at the end we book calls, and what we find is we get a really high quality potential client on the phone, and we do very, very well for people then signing up and actually becoming clients. And then whichever model you choose, whether we go for the webinar or we go straight to booking a call, either way, we've got one other thing we add in, which is when someone opts in to get your lead magnet, we have a series of emails that we're going to send on new additions to our email list, and that is to maximize then the amount of people that see the invitation to book a call and actually take us up on it And we might even make a pit stop at inviting them back to the webinar. Essentially, the emails are there to say we had our first chance at getting the person to see that page and book a call. Maybe they were busy, maybe they didn't have time to watch the video on that page fully yet, or maybe they didn't have chance to watch the webinar. The emails give a second chance, a third chance, and a fourth chance to get that person's attention and maximize the result for our business. And so I'll show you an example right here of what those emails might look like. The first email goes out within 10 minutes of them opting in. And you can see from the subject line and the copy that we make it clear that they've just got access to this free gift, and here it is, this is what you requested, and you've got access to it. However, what's the next step? The next step is to come back to this page now, see the offer that we've got to book a call with a member of our team, okay? And then we've got email number 2. This goes out 24 hours later, and we remind them of the lead magnet that they opted in for, but we then double down on the opportunity to book a call with us, and we're maximizing that opportunity. And then email number 3, 48 hours after they opt in, and a third and final chance to hear about the opportunity, to book a call with us and speak to our team. And with these 3 simple emails that we attach to this model, this is not complicated, it's very simple, but we double down on the results that we get. Sometimes we even literally double the amount of calls and then clients we generate just by having these emails. If you've enjoyed this video, then I want to invite you to check out something else. This is my momentum framework. If you are in the early stages of launching and scaling your business, this will give you the exact 5 steps you need to master in order to scale. It's getting your offer right, it's getting your mindset right, it's understanding traffic and how to master that, it's funnels, it's email, it's back-end delivery, it's all in here. And this is the scaling roadmap for you to get momentum in your business and scale a 6 or a 7-figure info business. I've got a video right here on the channel that walks you through this entire momentum framework, and that video is right here. So go ahead and check that out next. Also, if you're at the point where you want help from me and my team and understand what that might look like, then there's another video popping up on the screen right now. We can hear more about that, and I hope to see you in a future video.